heart of gold, but ready to fight. Standing tall, doing what's right. Shining truth like a firelight. Daddy's wisdom running deep taught me promises I gotta keep. Breaking chains, leaving pain behind. Calling out the crooked kind. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies. No more secrets in disguise. Second chances, they wear thin. Spawntrooper rise again. Ain't no fear when I'm around. Justice stands on solid ground. One last chance to make it right, or face the reckoning tonight. In the dark where shadows creep, truth rings out, it cuts so deep. Ain't no price to make me sell. Standing strong, I know too well. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies. No more secrets in disguise. Second chances, they wear thin. Spawntrooper rise again. In the dark, where shadows creep, truth rings out, it cuts so deep. Ain't no price to make me sell. Standing strong, I know too well. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies. No more secrets in disguise. Second chances, they wear thin. Spawntrooper rise again.
Warning: the following video contains strong language, which may be offensive to some viewers and or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only. Thank you for your attention. Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, members of the courts, peasants, the jury, and everybody. But before we get into it, let's have a bit of introduction of what you're going to be witnessing here today. Yes, I forgot my members only, and yes, yesterday I just took a break. I just took a day off. So, first things first, let's go and say hello to everybody, shall we? It's only fair to say hello to everyone. So, hi to Sienna O'Brien, Amago, my darling, Roy, good to see you, Leg Warmer Lady, Rick, Eric, Annie, Yoda, Robert Oldham, Nick D, Mary Beth. Well, hello. Who have we missed? We got Gail. Yes, Gail. Who else we got? Sienna O'Brien. I'm sure I mentioned you already. Oh, yes, I have. Who else have I missed? Come on, put your hand up. Put your hand up. Jason, hi, my friend. How you doing? How are you doing? Yes, that's good. That's good. That's good. Don't you worry. Today's going to be very interesting. We're going back in time to Shakespearean time. So now that I've said hello to everyone, today's going to be a somewhat interesting stream. We're going to go back to the Shakespearean times. Yes. Janet Chavon, bonjour, madame. Hello. We're going to go back and we're going to take everything that we've observed and seen and heard, and we are going to, how can I put this? We're going to go and read out a couple of scripts, yes. So welcome to a little bit of theatre, yes. So, how can I put this? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the stream. As I've already mentioned, we are officially dropping the curtain and stepping onto the stage for the final act, which I doubt very much is going to be the final act, but for this stream today, it is. Think of it as Act 1 through Act 5, finally culminating into one epic conclusion. Yes. We've weathered the storms. We've watched the digital alliances fracture. Oh, yes. And we've seen the fake merchants and grifters to try to pull strings without a single shred of proof. Of the receipts, which, I'll be honest with you, are missing. But as we know from our journey, the burden of proof rests on the accuser, not the accused. Today in this stream, you're also going to... Now let's rewind for a second. Remember when I predicted last year that someone was going to jail? Anyone remember that? Okay. I might have been a little late on the clock, but look at the ledger now. John Cook went to jail for 41 days, and look now, Gabe Weeks locked behind bars for enjoying Coca-Cola too much. 2 down and a house of cards tumbling. These cowards hiding behind multiple accounts and shadowy screens thought they could intimidate everyone into silence by striking them or copyright striking, God knows what else. They wanted us to cower, quake, and shake. But to be perfectly honest with you, it's just embarrassing. When you throw your name around and drag innocent people into the mud just to deflect attention of yourself, it fools nobody. No. Hello, Mary Walls. The real story, the core argument, has always been about control, manipulation, and cold, hard cash. Yes. Furthermore, you're going to hear, well, I'll tell you what, and that brings us straight to the heart of the matter, and the tragic reality of Lynette Preston. 39 various different names that we know of, 4 completely different identities across 20 years. Where do you draw the line? Where? What about social security numbers? Who knows? Driving licenses? Well, we definitely know that she's got one in a different name. And hidden debts. Fact. These are facts. This isn't just about internet drama anymore. This is a systemic failure. My apologies. Look at Levy County, Florida, where conflicts of interest run deep. That's fact. Where the mayor of Otter Creek, or former mayor of Otter Creek, holds family ties on the county commission. That's fact. And the systems like the CPS and local law enforcement turn a blind eye while the vulnerable suffer. That's also fact. However, let me make this crystal clear. While state and federal investigators should look into this breakdown of the system, nobody watching this stream should or has to contact anyone on my behalf. We speak the truth to shine the light, but we let justice take its natural legal course. So hi Bingo, Bruty, good to see you. So no one is to speak for me. I can do that myself, or to contact anybody. You will also, amidst all of this garbage, all this deceit and all the desperate folks clinging to relevance with their fingernails, there is one shining starlight that everyone has forgotten. Well, not everybody. The people with common sense, the people with a heart, the people who are seeing the despair. A young 6-year-old child who deserves a real safe home, clean clothes, warm meals, and a genuine love of a family, and not a grifting, multi-named individual using a child as a human shield and a moneymaker. The evidence is out there, clear as day. So where are all these people going to go when the dust settles? When everything is over and done with? Some will have nowhere left to run. But now that Gabe is in jail and the atmospherics are shifting, the final curtain is coming down. The platforms will act. The law will move. Or they will simply get bored of their own game. As for people like myself, we'll just keep pushing forward to achieve the goal. Now, to all of you and anyone who's watching, thank you for hanging out, listening, and being part of this epic saga today. Let's get into the rest of today's show, shall we? Well, stream, show, whatever you want to call it. I call it a stream because it's a stream. If it was a show, I'd be on TV. But anyway, that's beside the point. So before we do get into it, there's a couple of things I want to remind everybody so no one forgets. The stream disclaimer and mission brief. Right? It's based on personal view and critique, educational purposes and analysis, journalistic investigation, not intended to insult or attack. If you feel insulted or attacked, get a grip, grow up. Fair use and public record. Engage with respect and open mind. Hi, Squid. How you doing? Now, moving on. You all know Dr. Pepper rules. It frickin' rules, no matter what you say. And if you want to support the channel, please feel free to do so. Hi, Kasha, but you don't have to. You being here is enough. But if you want to support me, the channel, and everything else, feel free to do so. So welcome to today's stream. A little bit of theater. Yes. So, as you're probably fully aware, it's coming up to 2 years in September, it'll be 2 years for me. And it will be 2 years that I have met a lot of people from different walks of life, different backgrounds. And one thing I need to point out is that being genuinely a person who actually cares about what's going on. Now, we all have an opinion. That's fact. We all have an opinion. And if we see something that's wrong, we will say it. However, you will always have the flip side of that. You will always have individuals who don't care. For them, it's about money. When you have a person or persons who only interest is the clout, the fame, the money, then it is a pointless battle. That's as simple as that. I'm a type of person, I give everyone one chance. Once they mess that chance up, that's it, they're done. But over the last coming up to 3 years of everything that's been going on, ever since all this started, with the grifting, the lying, and the deceit, and the threats, and everything else, and seeing, and if you are from the United States and you are from Florida or anywhere else, don't take this personal. This is an observational comment coming from someone who doesn't live in the United States. Over the last coming to 3 years, I have seen that the system in Florida doesn't work. The legal system doesn't work. The police doesn't work. The CPS doesn't work. It's as simple as that. It doesn't work. The only way it is going to work is if you get the federal level or state, or, something needs to happen. Hi, DJ Rats. How you doing, bud? Now, as far as I'm concerned, a lot of people will sit on their platforms and they will flap their gums. And a lot of people there are a group of people who will try to out the lies and try to prove the lies with facts. And then on the other side, you got people who will just flap their gums. And I've been saying this from day one. They will flap their gums and they will never show factual proof. They will make accusations and they would expect you then to prove them wrong. Well, in fact, if you make an accusation, and here's one thing that everyone should know. If you are going to make an accusation, then you should have the proof present. So that means you have the proof. You have the proof. So therefore, it is the burden of proof for you to show the person you are accusing. There you go. There it is. So if anyone ever accuses you of saying, oh, you didn't do this, or you didn't do that, you didn't do this, and then they say, prove it. Well, why should I prove it when you've made the accusation? It is the burden of proof of the accuser who needs to prove to the accusee that what they're saying is true. And so far, many of people who do make accusations have never shown proof. Oh yeah, showing fucking screenshots, DMs, and fucking God knows what else. It doesn't fucking matter. It is irrelevant. It is irrelevant. And I can prove it to you right now. The perfect example that I can tell is that DJ Ratters and I, when we first met, we didn't like each other at all. Then we got to know each other, and now we communicate. We're friends. I consider him a friend. He has supported and helped me. But when you look at the bigger picture, especially the what the hells, anti-what the hells, that's when you start noticing problems, battle indicators, atmospherics. Now that Gabe is gone to jail, the tone of the crampons is going to change. And it is going to change. Do I care? Absolutely not. Because at the end of the day, I have asked from day one, I have asked for evidence and proof and transparency of where all that money went. Never got it. Till this day. Just excuses, lies, and deflections and subterfuge. That's it. Now, you say, well, what's your point? What point are you making? How far can you push and push and push before you get the answer that you already knew of? How far do you have to? How many times do you have to ask the same question before you get the answer that you already knew? You know that you're not going to get the results. You know you're not going to get the proof. And the only way you are going to get the proof is by letting federal investigations or let the police deal with it. Even though the police are as much use as a fart in a spacesuit, especially in Florida, because from what I am seeing, right, an outside governmental source needs to come into Florida and sort this out. Because if you yes, I watched the video that Megan Fox played in regards of the CPS and the police visiting them, and I found it extremely, from a perspective from what I used to do when I was still serving, and partially what I do now, I found that video extremely interesting and at the same time extremely disturbing, because it's the first time I have seen from history that I've seen online about, videos, people putting videos out about CPS and everything. It's the first time I've seen one member of the CPS turn up and one member of the Sheriff's Department. I have never ever seen a person from the Child Protection Services, either over there or over here, okay, turn up on their own. Hi, Greta, my face says it all. Good to see you. I find that very interesting, that only one person from the CPS. So that should be questioned. There should be questions asked why only one of each turned up. And I'm not even going to go into that because that wasn't my content, but I am going to give my opinion about it. Excuse me a second. as far as I am concerned, think questions need to be asked. Because if, okay, people will say, well, you're not in the States, you don't know what you're talking about. Right, okay, come to Europe, come to the United Kingdom. Right? If there was a child involved or there was an issue and the CPS or the Child Protection Agency turned up on your doorstep, I can assure you, you would need to make a fucking kettle. You'd have to boil the kettle because you would have at least a half a dozen people on your doorstep. And over here, they don't mess about. When they turn up on your doorstep, they turn up on your doorstep. If not, no ifs or buts about it. What I saw there and what we know, it's just a joke. And if we go back in history with Lynette Preston and we go Lynette Preston plus children equals what? What does that equal? I'm going to put that to you now, chat. What does that equal? Lynette Preston plus children equals what? Equals what? By the way, well, I'm going to drop a spoiler. I recently featured in a new movie that recently came out, The Sheep Detective. It's a must-see. That is actually quite a good film. But anyway, I don't want to digress from this because I planned this for quite a while now. So, Rattis, you get. Now, so tell me, what equals that? What is Lynette Preston plus children equals what? Equals what? Anybody? Anybody want to give me an answer? I shall wait. Okay, abuse. Yeah, we got abuse. We got chaos. What else? Keep going. We'll get there. Distraction. Okay. Money. Ding, 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 ding. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Money. It's all about money. Anything that in anything between Lynette Preston, children, and a kid, and equals anything in between there, right? Fill your boots. But at the end of the day, it is all about money. Every time I have seen anything about her, may it be in Otter Creek or anywhere else, it's always been about money. Yeah, it's about the grifts. All the GoFundMes, all the gift and goes, all the newspaper clippings, everything. It's all about money. It's all about my sick child this, my sick child that. Now, from what I understand, okay, is that living in that situation, no child should live in that situation. And I don't give a rat's ass what people say. No child should live in that situation. None whatsoever. But when you've got people who think they're clever, well, Gabe going to jail just shows you this is the beginning of the end. This is the high here and after. This is the final curtain. This is where this play is slowly coming to an end. And ladies and gentlemen, I have decided to take everything, well, not everything, but I've put it into 7 acts. Well, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the final act. So I am going to try to read this to you. Okay, 1 act at a time. So I want you to relax. I want you to chill out. All right. And I want you to just listen. Just listen. Just sit back and listen. Now, one thing I do know, because I know a lot of people like to collect transcripts. Maybe on today's stream, the transcript would look quite posh, actually. It would look like quite Shakespearean. And I'm going to try my best to sound as such. So I apologize if I don't sound very posh or anything else. And unfortunately, I couldn't find anyone who sounded Shakespearean or that way. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to a quick intermission. And then what we're going to do, we are going to go to the theater. So everyone, go and get yourself some drinks, go and get yourself some relaxing stuff and bits and bobs and everything else. And then let's begin with the fun, shall we? And I'm going to try to do this And you need to let me know about the music and everything else. All right. So remember, we're here to have a little bit of fun with everything that's going on. So I am going to play a favorite song of yours. And while that's being played, I want you to relax. I want you to chill out. And because we got Sandy Lou in here, I'm going to play this one.
Down in the valleys, over cobblestone streets, lives a Welshman proud with the funniest feet. He don't wear loafers, he don't wear suits. He walks through town in his Aku boots. Aku, Aku, hear the sound when Spawntrooper's boots come stomping around. The townsfolk laugh, the children cheer. Spawntrooper's walking, we know he's near. At the market square, folks turn their heads. Echoes of Aku wake sleepers from bed. The baker, the butcher, the blacksmith too. They all know the rhythm of his Aku shoe. Aku, Aku, hear the sound when Spawntrooper's boots come stomping round. The townsfolk laugh, the children cheer. Spawntrooper's walking, we know he's near. Some say it's magic, some say it's fate. Others think his boots just squeak when he's late. But no matter the story, one thing rings true. He brings joy to the town with each Aku. Aku, Aku, loud and clear. The Welshman's boots bring smiles and cheer. From hillside farms to the seaside blue, all of Wales knows the sound of Aku. Now the folks all say, Aku, Aku, when they gather round. Aku, Aku, these boots cost $1.90, worth every sound. Aku, Aku, every stomp, every step. Troopers, Aku will never let you down. What's that sound? Aku, Aku, hear the sound when Spawntrooper's boots come stomping around. The townsfolk laugh, the children cheer. Spawntrooper's walking, we know he's near. I said, "J Lord, get on the esky of fancy din." Go sit down with your fancy boots, man. Aku, 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 Aku.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, before we carry on, there's a couple of things I need to say. First of all, a big shout out to JK Films for lastminute.com helping me with this music. And these music songs that you hear here are his, who he is just an absolute fantastic type of guy you could have as a friend and who can support you, just like DJ Rattis and a lot of other people. So today, it is story time with the Spawntrooper. Yes. The chorus of internet then is. Onlookers lost in the boundless labyrinth of endless scrolls and digital paper. Act 1. Scene 1. A digital realm thick with the fog of a trillion stray digital captures. Enter the speaker, bearing a scroll of profound counsel. Yes. The speaker, hail, gentle lords and ladies of the realm. Good morrow, fair souls of morning, soon and night. I come before you not with a sword or shield, but with a humble thought, a modest plea, a spark of reason in the sea of noise. Behold, the chaos reigning in our halls. Look how the heavy air is choked and blind with flying captures, ghosts of pixel past, that clutter every chamber, every square, till honest discourse suffocates and dies. Hark! Let us build a sanctuary, then, a private hold, by inventions or invasions shaped, or entered through the gate of strict peel, where order reigns and iron claws are sworn. No hooded phantom shall post anonymously there. Nay, let each soul who drops a tablet down inscribe upon its face the proper name, the guiding link, the stream from whence it came. To stamp it with an honest date of birth, that seekers may lay eyes on truth at once, nor search 2 years and 6 long moons away through 2,700 billion shades. A simple archive, neat and disciplined, to spare our weary eyes and keep the record true. 'Tis but a thought, a shadow on the wind. I take my leave and bid you all adieu. We shall converse ere long. Farewell to you. Oh, yes. The narrator, the chronicler of digital feuds and ancient digital splits. Act 2, Scene 1. A barren digital health. Enter the narrator, bearing a parchment of prophecies fulfilled. The narrator, greetings, salutations, ladies and gentlemen, and all. Behold, we tried upon Act 2, Scene 1. How many moons have waxed and warned since first we saw sworn brothers stand shield onto shield, fighting as one upon the digital plane. Alas, opinions shifted like the wind. False tongues were loosed, and venomous untruths broke bonds asunder. Each went separate ways, while some persisted in their ancient trade of malice, falsehoods, fabrication spun, and while the accusations hurled in vain, others grew wise, and chose the path of peace, to cast away the past and look ahead. Yet lo, another tribe infests our fields, false merchants, who would fleece us of our coin, desiring tribute from all living souls, yet showing not of evidence or proof, no single receipt, no transparency. We know their names, their shadows cloak them well. Did I not prophesy long months ago, yea, even yesteryear, that bars and chains should claim the wicked? True, my clock was slow, yet mark the ledger of this wretched play. 2 souls already locked in iron cells. First, it was John Hydecook, yes, and now great Gabe, named Weeks. Thus spake my warning, thus the hammer fell. Doth this exalt me high above the rest? Nay, absolute humility is mine. Yet mark the truth from distant foreign shores. An outsider, untaught in local law, may yet perceive the turning of the scales and the shape, the justice of the realm to come. But soft, we are not done. The curtain falls not yet upon this drama. Rest your eyes. For what remains shall shake the final scene. I thank you for your ear. Adieu and serene. The Scholar, chronicler of the endless digital theatre. Act 3, Scene 1. A timeless stage where time refuses to march forward. Enter the Scholar, shaking his head at the eternal loop. Hi, Mr. Coop. The Scholar, well, here we are once more. Behold, the dawn of the third, yet seen the first remains. Doth any wonder why the axe may rise? While scenes are shackled to the self-same spot, 'tis because for every step we struggle forward, we fall right backwards to the very start. Now mark the thieves who steal another's craft and weaponize creations for themselves. Some do it, so they say, to furnish proof, while others use it to bring pressure down, to strike terror, intimidate, and drive the honest souls away. Yet hear me well. The captives hiding in the dark and shade are no true heroes. Nay, they are rank cowards. For why doth it require but one lone voice, armed with a single account, to prove a crowd of lives wrong? It is base fear. It is green-eyed envy, or better jealousy that spurs them on. How many acts shall it yet be born from this? Perchance one every day, or week, or a month, are spaced across the turning of the year, unless indeed you hold an English degree. You think you grasp the cadence of these lines, yet I declare you understand them not. For I shall twist and mix the grammar up, even as these knaves mix up their wicked tales. Today we speak, tomorrow we shall show. From the southern lands we'll hear the news, when petty tyrants try to use their might to cow and frighten. They are easily unmasked. Remember this, ye makers of false charge, the burden of all proof tests on thy head. I'll read that one again. The burden of all proofs rests on thy head, not on the head of him whom thou accused. And yet across the dreary battle line, not one hath shown a shred of factual truth. They seek to make us cower, quake, and shake. Instead, 'tis nothing more than shameful work to have the name upon their tainted tongues, or theirs on ours. 'Tis simply embarrassing. How long shall this absurdity endure? 'Twill run until the platforms take their stand, or until the heavy hand of law steps in, or most likely until their malice tires and they grow bored of their own wretched games. As for myself, we heed no idle threat, but keep straight on the path to reach the goal. Too far. Back. The ghost of grift, shadow of the deceitful and prisoned. Act 4. Scene 1. A grand windswept theatre of time into the chronicler, marking 2 full revelations of the sun upon the stage. Well, welcome back to Act the 4th. Scene 1. 2 heavy years have vanished since this storm first broke upon our heads. How many days and sleepless weary nights have we endured? In council sat, disputed, argued, wept, and wondered how this wretched tale would close. How many courts have opened wide their doors? How many judges sat in solemn state? How many lawyers, some with noses large, and some right small, have bartered for our ears? Yet through the shifting sands of time, behold, one instant truth remains unmasked and clear. The caseless lies, the dark deceit, the grift wrought by the hands of John Hyde-Cook, those like Lynette Preston, Lisa Weeks of old, the swamp lizard, who batten on the sweat of honest, toiling souls to ease their days. We know full well that Gabe hath found his cell, imprisoned by the follies of his craft. The poppy seeds of wealth were scattered wide, yes, and founded many luxury and crime. Thus, blinding fools sit high upon their streams, to spit their threats, to strike at channels down, and posture as the purest, faultless saints. Yet mark the ancient proverb of the stage: he who doth shout the loudest in the hall is evermore the greatest lie of all. This truth we've witnessed carved on every side, no matter where the argument may turn. When this final curtain drops, where shall they flee? Some wretches will possess no home on earth, while others find a dozen doors unbarred. Yet look beyond the box. Think clear and wide. Now that the iron gates have swallowed Gabe, the very air and temper of the realm shall shift and change beyond recognition. Nope, wrong one. Act 5, Scene 3. The narrator, Prince of Sarcasm, wandering the stage with a phantom skull and a heavy sigh. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Act 5, Scene 3. A bleak... Oops. A bleak rotten state of Denmark, or perhaps more fittingly Levy County, Florida, entered the narrator, holding aloft a tattered script, shaking his head with a biting smirk. Alas, poor digital clowns, we come at least to this. The grand inevitable, oh fuck it, you know what, close. What reckoning, nay, watch the prison's gate swing wide. For more than Gabe shall swap his internet fiber for iron bars and a damp stone cell. How sweet the bitter taste of deep regret when fools discover that cheap clout and fame, built on the rotten backs of shameless liars, purchase no comfort in a felon's ward. Some blink, crown rise, and slink away to peace, while others, desperate, pathetic souls, cling to the cliffside with their bloody fingernails, just dying to remain relevant for 5 minutes more. Alas, poor ghosts. The audience grows weary. Once justice takes her toll and locks them up, what theatre is left? a vacant stage, a silent chat box, and an empty void. Yet, amidst this cesspool of deceit and crime, there shines a solitary, precious star. A little child, some 6 brief winters old, who cries for what the heavens meant for babies: clean raiment, wholesome meat, a heap of warmth, and genuine love from an unselfish home, not from a lying creature of 39 false names, who waves a fantasy of stolen coin while leaving non-innocents exposed to beasts, to hazards and the filth of broken laws. For shame, that child, a human shield, a purse, a little pawn, in mercenary games deserves a sanctuary safe and pure. The scrolls are full, the evidence is clear. And who shall share her fate in iron chains? Let John and Lynette, Lisa Lee, Swamp Lizard, along with all their kin, find proper lodgings in the county jail. Yet why doth law sleep on? Look you there, in Florida's dark swamps levy domain, the system rots a tangled spider's web. For when the mayor of Otter Creek holds kin upon the county commission, justice wears a blindfold that she might wink at corruption. So nothing steers, save by a public cry, a petition raised to wake the sleeping guards of law, of order, and the CPS. Let mark me well, ye lords of cyberspace. Though I speak truth, let no man play the knight and steer the pot on my behalf. I pray. Go not contacting souls because I spoke. Let truth stand bare, unharnessed by your hands. The play is nearly done. The curtain nears its fall. I do not wish you good night, sweet scoundrels. Prison awaits you all. I'll see you in the final act. Okay, so enough of that. Right, before we carry on, let me just say hello to a couple of people before you guys, before we go back to the, before we go back into the final scene. First of all, hi Coop, good to see you. Can someone drop Coop's link, please? I really, really appreciate that. And also for Jason as well, and for Ashley, and the usual things. If you don't mind, while we're at it, we'll just take this moment to drop all the links for people. If you don't mind, if anyone can do that, Eric, I'm a girl. I mean, I really enjoyed writing this because I think that it covers everything, but at the same time, I'm really looking forward to the transcript of this because I do want to see how YouTube transcript actually copies this, and so that's going to be an interesting one. We are about to come to the final scene, and then after that, we will have a chat about general stuff. Link. I'm going to be lurking while getting ready. Yeah, missing link. Fucking right. You little git. Anyway, and and Kasha and everyone else, good to see you. And it is very good to see everybody. And I do appreciate you guys being here. I thank you very much for your support and everything, and just being here as well. But before I do go into the last one, it is very strange that these people, the way people behave, it's like, you've got Chud and Lizard Lady acting like they're innocent, and that just by their actions, they're showing their guilt. The history, the history of these people, and there are people on both sides who are jumping on coattails and trying to get themselves clout. But when it comes to actual factual truth, or the behavior of facts, or pointing out the facts, and how people are just, oh, I'm going to be, I'm going to be something else tomorrow. I don't like I'm not getting anywhere, so I'm going to do this. No, I've always stayed true to my goals. I've always stayed true to my aim, and I'm not going to fluctuate. I'm not going to give quarter, and I'm not going to stop until I get my resolve. By doing this today, it's taken a while for me to do this, and hopefully I can get hold of Ashley tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to be a very interesting stream. I'm going to be playing a game, but it's going to be different. Oh yes, it's going to be very different. It's going to be fun. So I'm still trying to figure out how to do that, because sometimes the sound plays up, but we'll see what happens. Amago, I thank you so much, my darling. I really do appreciate that. I really do appreciate you helping out. And Eric was here as well, so remember, go and check out Eric. He needs every bit of support you can give. So what we're going to do, we'll give it a couple more minutes. If anyone's got any questions so far, go ahead and ask. And I hope that you're enjoying the stream, because at the end of the day, that I'm going to say as it is. So anyway, slowly making progress. The governor has declared a state of emergency, so with any luck, we'll get help from FEMA. But that's good to know. That's good to know. Oh yeah, you had a storm, didn't you? Right. So what we are going to do, and a big shout out to JK Films for lastminute.com helping out with the background music, which is a sort of medieval type of thing, and I think it's brilliant. I just think it's brilliant. So what we're going to do, we are going to go like that, and we're going to go like that, and I'm going to go like that, and I'm going to go play. So, ladies and gentlemen, before our final act, I would like you to take your seats and order your beverage of choice. We are now going into the final act of today's dramatis personae, the narrator, the chorus, the spectre of deceit, and the spirit of truth and justice. Now, we already know who are the spectres of deceit: John Cook, Lynette Preston, Lisa Weeks, Stupid Dave, and others, Swamp Lizard, and obviously our fantastic friend, incarcerated Gabe. The epilogue, Act 5, the final scene. A grand, timeless theatre, the stage is littered with tattered scripts, broken gavels, and a million drifting, forgotten screenshots. Enter the narrator, yes, bearing a crown of thorns and a final parchment. All acts must close, all curtains calls must fade. From Act the First, where ancient bonds were snapped by venomous tongues and bitter twisted lies, to Act the Second, where false merchants cried for golden tribute without proof or sign, and the first fell, gave into the iron cell, to the Act the Third, where cowards in the shade stole craft and weaponized their cowardice, demanding we should cover or cower at their threats, while the true burden of all proof lay bare upon their heads, unproven and ashamed. And Act the Fourth, where 2 long years of tears and judges, chambers bore their bitter fruit, unmasking Lynette and her 39 false names, a life built wholly on a stolen purse. And now, behold, the final dreadful hour. The stage grows dark. The caitiffs look around and find their empire built to smoke and glass. Enter the spectres of deceits, clutching an empty pockets and screaming into the void, while the prison doors echo in the distance. The spectre of Lynette, clinging to her phantom coins and crying, "Give back my toy, my children, and my gold. Take not my guardianship, nor break my hold. Else how shall I maintain 39 disguises more?" The narrator, turning with gold, sarcastic smile, "Hush, phantom, thy 39 false names have run their course. The Levy County swamp shall rot no more, unchallenged, while the public eye wakes. Through Mayor's shield, their kin and systems fail, and the CPS turns blind eyes to the wrong. The petition rises, and the truth breaks through. No more shall innocence be used as shield. No more shall grifters harvest from the field of honest, sweating men. The spectres of deceit shrink back into the shadow of an iron bars slammed shut upon them. The dungeon claims its own. John, Lynette, Lisa, Swamp Lizard, all shall find a justice that takes the proud, while others slink away in deep disgrace to seek a quiet hole and hide their face. The narrator steps center stage as a beam of warm golden light breaks through the heavy fog, illuminating a small, peaceful placeholder representing the child. And look above the wreckage of the play. The little star, 6 winters old and pure, is rescued from the darkness and to snare, to find a home of warmth and love and care. The human shield is dropped. The pawn is free. The narrator looks out directly into the gallery, dropping a poetic mask for a final solemn word. So here we drop the pen and close the book. No more shall shadows terrify the bold. No more shall lies outlast the written truth. The farce is ended. Let the real world wake. Go peace, good souls. The final curtain falls. The play is done. The empty theatre calls. Exeunt on this as the final bell tolls. The end. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That there was today's story. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that it was fun to listen to. And sorry that I don't sound like whatever that Morgan guy name is, or I don't sound. But yeah, there you go. But anyway, now back to you, back to the people. Oh, back to the people here in stream. So first of all, thank you everybody for being here. Catastrophic flood spawn. The river is 18 foot over. Oh, bloody hell. No, we weren't close to but wait, plot twist. Gabe in jail, so Cook moves in with divorce. That would be probably one of the funniest things that would happen, Roy. And I'm sorry, but that there would be the funniest thing ever to happen. If that would actually happen, right? I swear to God, I would personally freaking fly, get on a plane, come over there, and be I'd be the delivery guy for the furniture. Well, he wouldn't have that much anyway, but that would be fucking hilarious. And let's be honest with you. Now that Gabe has gone to jail for breaking his probation, which he's done multiple times, I'm surprised that he didn't get thrown into jail the first time. However, now he's in jail. What's she going to do? She's now going to run around flapping. She's going to play the victim even more than she's been playing. Right? We know that. Right? She's going to attack everybody. She's going to try and to silence every single person who will talk about any of this. This is one of the reasons I did today, because I wasn't just trying to tell a story, but I was also mocking. I was being sarcastic, because at the end, as far as I am concerned, some of these people, okay, don't deserve to be on the internet, let alone anywhere near a computer, right? Because of the lies, the deceit, and to scam people out of money and then have the audacity to then complain about it. Especially, I mean, I heard a story, I can't remember, some lady about, you know, how they cursed or they got some money off this old lady. And, you know, it's, where do you draw the line? Where do you draw the line between honesty and deception? Where do you draw the line between truth and lie? We know there are people out there, and I'm not scared to name them, but the thing is, they have to be relevant for me to name them, right? The problem is you've got people out there who will jump on a coattail, try to get clout and fame from, oh, look at me, I'm tough, I can speak tough. But they're not concentrating on their own lives. They're not concentrating on their own problems. What they're doing, they're taking all their time, wasting it, talking shit and talking about something that technically has got nothing to do with them. Whereas my opinion, what I say is my opinion from what I am seeing. I don't even live over there. And one thing you have to remember, just remember, if you take 20% or 30% of the people, right, who don't even live in the States, who are following this, every single one of them has the right to an opinion, because they don't know, they don't live in the States, they don't know the law over there, they don't know the ins and outs of things. So just imagine getting people's opinions. And here's the thing, you got DJ Rats in Australia, you got me here over in the UK, yeah, even though Wales is the best part of the UK, just saying, right? And you know, you got people in Sweden, Malin is in Sweden, you got people in South Africa, you got people in South America, you got people in New Zealand, you got people, I mean, I actually came across one person who was in Japan. There are people from France, Italy, you know, Germany, and probably even further south. Yeah, there was one person, I think he was from the Ukraine. So that people watch this. There's a lot of people, and then you got people from the States or from Canada. The only problem you've got is that there's a lot of people out there who either don't want to listen, or they don't want to do the research, or they don't want to, spend 10 minutes, finding the truth and then the lie. And then you put them next to each other and then you see the contradiction. But I can see it now, right? The walruses are going to go on a warpath now. And here's another question for you. How many days has the crampon got before she needs to step up to the plate with Megan Fox? What, 3-4 days left? Anyone seen anything happen on that? There's nothing going to happen, because now, right? Because obviously Gabe was the moneymaker. He was the one who went out and done the work for, the tree, the company, which I find quite interesting, has only one owner, right? So they've got their own company. This is what gets me, right? They want to flap their gums, but they don't want people to do research on them. And lo and behold, there it is. And here's another thing, right? How can you spend $860.31 on money you had to pay back to the victims? Okay, the fact that you paid off the 36, that is straight off, then you paid out 500 and something, and then you paid something else off. Right. So what you're telling me, so you're working your ass off and you pay with the money you've earned, or are you using the money from people who've donated towards, the small child and Lynette Preston? Maybe now we're starting to see cracks in their stories, because I'm sure there were 2 victims where they had to pay off 2 victims. They had to pay restitution. They had to pay restitution to 2 victims. All I saw was 1 victim on that paperwork. So does that mean they paid off one of them in full? And also, how much rent does that money was he making when he told the court he makes $1,000 a month? I can't remember that. If he was making $1,000 a month, and he was just making $1,000 a month, I mean, who's paying the rent for that house? Because like I heard someone saying that apparently they wanted to buy that house they rent. All right, but there's that one thing. If he's earning like $1,000 a month, he's earning $1,000 a month. What's he charging? 20 cents an hour? Especially if you're a landscaper. If you're a landscaper, I mean, like you charge a job that would be like about $400, $500, $600 a job, and that's a day. And if you're doing like 4 or 5 jobs a week, you're looking at $2-3 grand a week. So how the fuck could he earn $1,000 a month? And then, habits, smoking, drinking, spending money on resin, all that good shit, paying your bills, fuel for your car, wear and tear on your car, all these bills pop up. Me personally, if someone asked me, what would you tell the people who willingly give their money to these people? What would you say to them? My personal opinion, what I would say is like, spend the money on yourself. Spend the money. Go to a charity, right? A veterans charity, or a charity for the disabilities, either mental or physical. Battered wives charities, cancer research charities, stuff like that, and send it to them, especially cancer research, right? And don't do it through a third person. Don't go to one person. No, go directly to the charity and give it to the charity. What should have happened? There should have been what should have happened? Lynette should have employed an independent financial advisor, right? Don't cost that much. Yeah, and had all the money sent to that financial advisor on her behalf. That way, the money would be in a safe place, and it will be spent exactly for what the money is used for. If it need, like, for the water bills or for anything else, right? And basically, Lynette would have to sign a contract, and then bang, done. But that never happened, did it? Because the PR team said, "Oh no, send it to us." That's the biggest mistake Lynette did. And Lynette has still not. I mean, Lynette and John Cook, right, and Lynette Preston, right? They want to drag Ashley and Jason into this. They want, because they want to deflect. Instead of doing that, right, what they need to do is take a day off and concentrate, put all that energy that they're trying to fucking attack, two beautiful people. And I'll tell you, I've spoken to both of them, and they are beautiful individuals, right? And they don't deserve any of this, but because we're dealing with people with lack of intelligence, Lynette Preston and John Cook are attacking them for a reason, right? Because they're trying to deflect. What Lynette and John Cook should be doing is trying to find a legal company, a lawyer, an attorney company, or an attorney who's willing to to fucking take them on to sue the Crampons, to sue Swamp Lizard, Kendra, Lisa, Stupid Dave, anyone and everyone who was anywhere near any of that money donated. Anywhere, right? And here's another thing. If only me reappeared and turned up, right, and he came to me, I'd say to him, "Listen, sunshine, right, first of all, get your thumb out of your ass. Second of all, stop whining, because at the end of the day, you should have protected yourself. You should have sent that. You shouldn't have sent that money to them, but you got cheated. If you want to do something, you employ a lawyer over here, and a good one by that, a QC over here, who then will find a lawyer in the United States who will then represent those idiots, will then get the money from them if they can, and any money that's left, you can then support them directly through your legal team." But that's one way, but he never did that. So we know that we're never going to see facts and proof about where all that money's gone, ever. Unless unless a government body steps in, Department of Justice, Department of Finance, whatever, but I'll look forward to that, because I have a very, very funny feeling that the Crampons are also going to jail, because let's put it this way: you want to sue all these people, you want to try and silence people. I mean, all you have to do is go back in history. Just go back on your own platform. Hiding that shit won't work anymore. Since none of them have money or assets, what decent lawyer would take the case? Well, yeah, good point. Yeah. I mean, Roy, all I want to do, all I want to see, okay, and I don't care what people think. All I want to see is I want to see that child in a safe, warm, secure, clean environment. It's as simple as that. And I want those idiots to leave people alone. Leave Ashley alone. Leave Jason alone. Leave all those people alone. They don't care. They don't give a shit. Leave them alone. Because let's put it this way. The cases against Lynette and John Cook would be completely different. Would be great, would be completely different. I mean, what's this? I'm going to go. He's dancing on my screen. That is the first time I've seen that. Mystery gift. Thank you very much. I'm going to go. Oh my God, $650. That is the first time I've seen that. No, tell a lie. I saw the freaking pepper. what was it? The hot pepper dancing once. Oh, yeah. So yeah, guys, I've got that as well. So that's for. Oh, thank you very much. I really do appreciate that, Amargo. Thank you. No, you do have a good point. But again, if there is any money left, because don't forget, right? There was a lot of money donated. A lot of money. You can't tell me they've spent it already. Well, wait a minute. Well, Gabe's in jail, so there's a possibility. Yeah. Yeah. And he's got no bond. That's the best part. That's the best part. So everything that he and even if he did gain anything, everything he's gained is gone. 0 days, 0 employ, anything, courses, everything, all gone. It's back to square one. And I wonder if he's going to get a longer sentence now. I wonder if he has to do his whole sentence. You know, what do you guys think? How do you right? Okay, let me ask you this one. How do you think this all is going to end? How, and with what results? The only thing I've noticed, I can't. If I click on them, I can't play them again. That's the weird part. That's the weird thing. I can show all the comments, but I can't show that. That's weird. We're waiting to hear when is going to start, whether they're doing. Well, Maria, just make sure you look after yourselves. Make sure you look after yourselves, all right? Your lives are more important than just make sure you've got your sentimental things with you, and everything else can be replaced, right? So your health and your safety are paramount, right? So remember that, please, darling. Yeah. I can't believe I did everything I needed to do just over an hour. Can you believe that, guys? So is homeowners insurance, they said, since it's an act of God, we're on our own. That's that. No. Oh, wait a minute, Mary. What about contents insurance? What about anything inside the house that you've insured? Is that the same? Homeowners insurance? Oh, God, I tell you. That's probably why the government, like FEMA and that, they get financed, because they can actually help people, but they're very stingy. I think that if your home is destroyed through the weather, right, the government should help. Yeah, they should help. Yeah, well, you got people around you, Maria, Mary. You got enough people around you who will support you and help you. So where did Eric go? Oh, wait. Oh, I got a message. Oh, shit. Oh, no. I hate him now. I just received a Dr. Pepper freaking, what's it called? Dr. Pepper barbecue glazer. That's just fucking wrong. That's wrong in so many different ways. That's heresy right there. You need extra flood insurance for that. I've got my biggest help from the state grant. Nice. Homeowners insurance doesn't cover flooding. Really? There you go. You see, this is what I like when people talk with each other and then suddenly go, "Oh, really? You can get flood insurance?" I like that. This is why I like communities like this. I think it's fantastic. But let me see if I can. One second. Right. Okay, just let me bring you up to speed about something. Yes, a couple of days ago, a couple of days ago, myself and Ashley, we achieved to get onto the same server in the supermarket game. Now, we've spoken to My Pretty and to Squid, and basically what we want to do is try to get what I call the truth tellers community, and I want to try and get a couple of people together. It's a free game, and then that we all work, we all do the supermarket. But what I was thinking, I mean, 2, 3, or 4, right? Because we also have AI as well, right? So once we do that, so hopefully tomorrow, if I can arrange it with Ashley, right, is to play the game. And the best thing is, right? The best thing is because obviously we tested it and everything else. I found that you can actually close the lobby. Yeah, you can close the lobby down so no random person can actually come in. And let's put it this way: any idiot who wants to cause problems downloads that game just to come in to cause trouble. They're absolutely stupid. Yeah, so it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, we've achieved a couple of levels, so that's good. And we're now slightly in debt. My fault, but that'll get paid off quite quickly. So yes, so it's going to be fun. So if anyone's interested in that, let me know. You don't have to talk if you don't want to. And basically, what I will do is I probably might invite the people onto a Discord and then give them a tag so they can only just see the game thing, chat and stuff like that. So I'll be doing that at some point. And here's my beautiful queen. Thank you very much, my lady. So did you hear some of it? Good. Yeah. So yeah, and I do apologize again for not doing a members only. We'll catch that one up. There's a couple of things like what are going to be said, and at the end of the day, it is for where you can take your filters off. And obviously, there are people who obviously don't care about people's spending money to have the privilege of the members only, and then they go and abuse it and everything. However, have no fear. Right, things have been noted and filed. So that's another thing that's going to be. Well, enough about that. Let's put it this way: it is now officially gone off YouTube. It's gone into a different direction. Yes. But I hope that you've enjoyed today, and obviously we're just going to hang out now, have a chat, shoot the shit, and I'm still looking at that mystery gift box and jumping up and that. That's funny as hell. That is funny. It's cute as well. A little pushy cat inside it. Meow. Yeah. And Sienna. There's a freaking wolf, husky. Excuse me. Huskies are very talkative. Very, very talkative. If you own a very talkative, thank you very much, Shanna, for the 800 jewels. I really do appreciate that. But yeah, the wolf, it's really strange. Like, I've never ever noticed that. I never noticed that. It actually comes up on chat screen. That's freaking awesome. That is freaking. It's funny that you can't click on it and then fucking. No, I appreciate that. That's much appreciated. Yeah. Thank you very much for the jamming, the mystery gift, and the husky. Thank you very much, guys. I really do appreciate that. You see, Lynn Ross, welcome to Canada. Hello from Canada. Well, hello there, eh? What part of Canada are you from? I'm from Quebec. I'm a French Canadian. French Canadian. I'm French. Oh, yeah. Or you're from the other end, British Columbia or Alberta. Or where is it? British Columbia, Alberta. What's the other? Saskatchewan. I can't even pronounce that. Saskatchewan. A treat. You see, that treat didn't come up. I didn't see that treat. And my girl sent me a treat. See, and you got a couple of other guys talking about insurances for the house, which is a good thing. So, you can have like multiple conversations in here without being disturbed. And it's nice to see that, like, different people are helping each people. It's good to see. Wait a minute. My neighbor thinks I'm crazy. Went outside in my nightgown to shovel a trench to drain the water away from my porch. Yeah, why not? I mean, the neighbor should have went, oh, do you need a hand? You're fucking in the trench. You're just standing in your nightgown. Next time you need to get yourself a onesie. Vancouver Island, British Columbia, yeah. You need to get yourself a onesie. Oh, sorry. Of what are those onesies of cats and stuff? Wolves, dogs.
They are very unhealthy. And,
no, the onesies, the suits you can put on. They're like pajamas.
Yes,
They're like warm pajamas.
People go in and out of the house, they go to bed with it, they bring all the.
Yeah, but I mean, like Mary, they had another storm.
Not having one.
No, I know I don't want one. It's a thought, though. No, but she was talking about they've had another storm and got a little bit of flood damage in that. And she just said she went out in a nightgown, in a nightie or nightgown, and started digging a trench. And next door neighbor thinks she's crazy. I think it was fucking hilarious if I saw that.
You go out with an emergency. He was lucky she was wearing something.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Next door neighbor should have been happy he didn't walk out there. Of the original Adam and Eve type of dress code. A leaf here and a leaf there. Shit, well, let me see. My neighbors are stuck up, Spawn. If it doesn't affect them, they don't care. Well, they will once they're flowing down a river. I'm from Canada, Saskatchewan. Fuck. I'm trying to say that. Saskatchewan. Is it Saskatchewan?
It's also Indian name.
Yeah, it's Saskatchewan. Shakadu. It's there. It's wait a minute. It's here. Wait. There. Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan. Just go away. Yeah, you fucking got me going now. Shit. Yeah, it's fucking. Hey, a onesie is what vomits. Mom just said. Oh shit! I just Saskatchewan. Now you got me going on that one. Now that's funny. Onesie is vomits. Mom dresses him at night. I think like before she does that, she puts a fucking nappy on him. Oh God, that guy. I think, isn't it true that Luthman and Volp have fallen out? They don't talk to each other anymore. Saskatchewan. See, you got me going now. The original Adam and Eve dress code was absolutely nothing. It wasn't until they ate the forbidden fruit that they realized they were naked. Yep. And Mary has already eaten the fruit, so by the sounds of it, the next door neighbors need a bit of a wake up call. Your wife said it correctly. Saskatchewan. How did you say it again?
There is a Sha and a K, and then a Wa. Shakashawa, I think.
Shakashawa. Oh, Shakashawa. There you go. I got it. Is that correct? Oh, what did I say again? It says. I got a fucking brain like a sieve.
I know.
Saskatchewan.
No,
Saskatchewan.
Yeah,
Saskatchewan.
Yeah, I think there's a
Saskatchewan. 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 Say that 3 times quick. I didn't mean you had to do it.
You're not to challenge me.
Oh, you silly Billy. Saskatchewan. There you go. Fuck it. Yeah. That place. Saskatchewan. Oh my fucking God, I can't get it out of my head now. Hang on a minute. No. Wait. Oh, wrong one. Right, I need that a minute. 1 second. One second. Wait, bollocks. There you go. Right. Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan. There you go. Got it. Ha! Saskatchewan. There you go. Got it. I got it. Saskatchewan. There you go. Why can I, right? You know, when someone reads Arkansas and they go Arkansas, yeah, I'll shut up. That's funny. That is freaking funny. Oh, wait a minute. Saskatchewan. Hey, Tammy, leave me alone. Just because I was there doesn't mean. Yeah, but we never had the fucking Saskatchewan. I know. I can say it. Saskatchewan. Oh, fucking hell. Saying it, trying to force it makes me fucking say it wrong. No, but Suffield, yeah, of course I was in Suffield. My good God. And they used to, what used to get me is that, like, when you went on R&R, when you had leave, right, you had 3 choices to go. You could go to Calgary, Banff, or Edmonton. But I went a different direction. I went down to Winnipeg and then a bit further down and went into the States. Suffield, for the fucking dump. That place, I can remember when we had to walk out the back gate down to is it Ralston? The small town, the small area, and they had a big gym in it. Oh my God, it was weird. Yeah, and the mosquitoes were that big, they needed their own fucking aircraft carrier. And in the winter, it was even fucking worse. Fucking, oh, it's going to be cold. What was it? Oh, it's going to be minus this. Oh, cool, that'll be all right. No, well, not with wind chill, it won't. Well, what do you mean? Oh, if it gets really windy, yeah, the temperature goes even further down. Yeah, welcome to the Arctic Circle in Canada. So, guys, I hope that you've been enjoying the stream tonight, and I'm glad that, like, Mary's getting some input and help in regards of, like, you know, with the insurance and stuff like that. Thank you very much, Roy, by the way. Oh, hello, Kelly. How are you doing? Good to see you. Good morning. And to my beautiful queen, yes, I will. I'll pass that on. I'm from Iowa, and I can say Saskatchewan. Oh, right. Why don't you just rub it in there? Just rub it in. Just yeah.
Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan. There you go. Saskatchewan. I bet you heard that. You heard that little voice say it. Saskatchewan. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Saskatchewan Memorial Museum, where you will find old history. Yes. Yeah, I think people should do that, actually. Be very interesting. Oh, shit. I watched, what was it? Something about General Custer, that what really happened, all the stories they say about everything else, But I watched this real history story about what the Indians and what happened to him and his troops, and that was serious shit. I'm not going to talk about it here because it's quite it's quite graphic, to say the least. I'm surprised that was on there, but yeah. But guys, I've literally done a stream under 2 hours. So if you guys want to chat, ask questions or stuff like that, feel free to do so. Because yeah, we're done. We're there's not much I can say about what's going on because other creators have already covered a lot of stuff. I think it's absolutely fantastic that one person who deserves to be in jail is in jail, and other people should take a page out of that book, right? But then again, he had every chance and opportunity to stay away from illegal substances and stuff like that, but he didn't. Now, obviously, the cat's home alone, and so let's see what happens. I don't think this is going to go down well. Him getting thrown in prison and her lying about it and saying that someone sliced his drink or something like that. I mean, really. I mean, if he was intaking of illegal substances, here's my question. This is common sense. Here's my question: if you are partaking, right, in illegal substances whilst you're on probation, you're just asking for trouble. Why the hell are you partaking in illegal substances when you know full well that you can be randomly checked and you think that you can just, yeah. So I've got no sympathy for the guy, got no sympathy for her. And as far as I'm concerned, you got what you deserved. It's as simple as that. So as far as I'm concerned, he can sit in jail and enjoy himself. Maybe he'll be offered some baby oil before or during penetration. Who knows? So yeah, and he's not going to be a tough guy when he goes into prison. That's for sure. And hopefully, I mean, I doubt very much that he's going to get out. And if he does get out, it'll be a fucking miracle. But I don't know. Is he gone into jail for the whole sentence? Is he now being charged with the whole thing? So before he had probation, he didn't go to jail. But because he's now broken his probation, his probation, it goes back to zero. So therefore, if he got 4 years, he now has to serve 4 years. Is that what I get? Is that how you deal with that over there? Well, yeah, true. He gets a break from her. That's true. That is true. But you watch all the stories start coming from her now. Oh, I'm being arrested. People are driving past my house. Now that game's gone. I'm all alone and I don't feel safe. Blah, 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 blah. Well, yeah. I thought you guys over there could, I thought you were like all toughy and that. Probably like a vacation for him. Probably. I'm surprised I don't think they will lock him up for long. I think he's going to be in jail for the rest of his probation because his probation runs out next year. If I can remember correctly, his probation was up until 2027. So that means he will be in jail until 2027, until next year. So he'll definitely spend some time there. And don't forget, he got arrested in 2000. Where was it? What was it? 2022. Didn't he get arrested for marijuana? Of course she is. Of course she is. Because here's her predicament now. I personally think that Gay was the breadwinner, was bringing in the money. Her grifting online, that's going to go. That's going to go. That's going to come to a zip. That's going to stop. So basically, she's now going to struggle. I don't wish it upon anyone to struggle and become homeless and everything. But you made your bed, you lay in it. And I saw a screenshot today. Was it today or yesterday? Where she made a comment about someone called Kimmy. I mean, like you would think this is. I think I said this last year. Well, I said it whenever that people need to stop talking. If you're going to go, if you're going to talk about something, talk about it, and then that's it. Move on. But from what I saw, from that comment she made, that's a very actually. Let me see if I can find it, and I'll show you. Let me see if I can find it. Don't quote me though. I don't know where exactly it was. 1 second, please. Let me have a look in here. Was it in here? Talk amongst yourselves while you're there. Oh my God, so many screenshots. Oh, there he is. Where was that comment that she made? Oh, did Lynette tried to prove that handwriting on the signs wasn't her? Well, you do know that after a while, your handwriting does change slightly, not profoundly, but it does change because the grip. The older you get, your grip changes. Right, so it wasn't there. It wasn't there, so I've already gone back that far. Why did I see that? Where did I see that? It was a screenshot of her making a threat, and I just want to see it before I say anything because I did see it, but I can't remember where. Um, is it that one? No, it's not that one. Right, it's not there. Where the hell would it been? Because I'll tell you one thing, that was some serious, that was a serious threat to make. But finding it is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. Oh my God, no. So if anyone has seen that screenshot where she made, well, I would consider, I mean, when I read it, to me, it sounded like a threat to cause physical interaction. Now, I could be totally wrong because I can't find it now, so I can't really remember what it said. Yeah, so I can't find it there. Oh, I don't think I will be able to find it. What a shame. Unless it's been taken down. Unless it got taken down. Wait a minute, what's that? Yeah, I can't find it. My apologies, everyone. It's a shame, really. Oh no, I found it. Found it. There you go. Right. Okay. Yes. Um, the umbrella guy, Tug, posted it, and it's a picture, and it says, bring it, step, bitch, step. You feel froggy, jump, come on back down to Florida anytime, Kimmy." And that's from Lisa Lee. And that was 1 second. That was on a live stream, 2 hours, 7 minutes, and 28 seconds. Wow. Wow. Hi, Sniper. How you doing? Hi, Paul. How you going? Good to see you guys. Good to see you. Late, but you're still here. Yeah. So how can you make a threat and think it won't get posted? How and the thing is, the best part is if you got the transcript of that, if you go to 2 hours and 6 minutes and just wait, and then you'll hear it. But then again, that's if you've already got the thing downloaded, because knowing her, she's probably edited it out. She's probably seen that picture, go, oh shit, go back to that time, edit it out. And I bet you any money when you go to that stream, right, that part there will be gone, because that's what she does. And if she's left it, she's either dumb or she doesn't give a shit. Good day, Spawn. Stopping in to say hi and dropping a like before I need to go to Civil War and reenactment. Oh, right. Okay. What are you? North or Confederate? Civil War. What one? The 2012 one? The 1812 one? What one? I can't remember, actually. Got so many dates in my head right now. Susquehanna. Oh, yeah. Gem Girl. She's admitted to writing 2+ J as a witness. Wait, hang on a minute. Gem Girl. She's admitted to writing 2+ JH has a witness who watched them plant them and arguing on the street. Wait, I don't get that. Am I missing something here? She's admitted to writing 2+. JH has a witness who watched them plant them. And arguing in the street. Good luck, champion. Wait, what? Oh, right. Okay, good. Yeah. No, oh, right. Okay, the 1861. Do you know it's really strange? Do you know that in 1861, I think it was 1862, that's when the Vickers machine gun was invented, or the Gatling gun. And basically, it was offered, the Gatling gun, but they refused it. Can you believe that? And then someone built the Vickers machine gun, or the Gatling gun, and then the Vickers, yeah, and then long history, But anyway, I don't want to digress. Cannons making big booms and a lot of smoke and chloride. The site. Oh, all right. Okay, sorry, my bad. Right. Okay. She's admitted to writing 2+. And we watched them plant them and arguing in the street. Good luck. Yes. Well, I mean, a lot of people forget about the signs. I mean, technically, most of it was about the signs, actually, and that's where it all went tits up. Because Bruce Matskin even tried to fucking use an excuse that, like, how can you read a sign when you're driving past it at 30 miles an hour or 40 miles an hour when it's posted on the side of the road? Unless you're fucking driving like a complete idiot, of course you can read a sign. I mean, like, you probably might not read all of it, but you'll read enough of it if it's visible. And let's be honest, they've thrown each other over under the bus multiple times by admitting that they did write them. So either they got a brain like a sieve, or they just don't care. And to be perfectly honest with you, I personally think they don't care. That's my opinion. I don't think they care. I don't think they're capable of actually understanding the predicament they're in. And to be honest with you, right, the sooner the sooner CPS and Levy County law enforcement actually get a grip of reality and stop protecting these people and do their job, maybe we've got a good outcome. Oh, and something else. Did anyone notice any barking when the CPS and the police went in there? Did anyone notice any barking whatsoever? Let's see how many people actually respond to that. because I've got another question for you. You'll like this one. No, right. So you haven't heard, you didn't, through that whole video, because I've watched the video that Megan Fox played, besides all the interruptions and everything else. At any time, did you hear any barking? Any deep barking at all? And also, when you watch Travis, when you watch Willis, yeah, Tube Town, right? Do you hear any barking when he's outside, when he's recording, or he's at Tube Town and he's recording? Do you hear any deep barking? Right, because apparently the dog they've got, okay, all right, 1 second, 1 second. One second. Just bear with me a sec. Just 1 second, guys. Let me just get this. 1 second. I just need to check something. Right. Now, just to give you, right? Just to give you an insight, right? The dog they've got, from what I've been hearing, is called a Great Pyrenees. Right? They are cattle dogs. They're basically big fucking shoot. They're big fucking tanks. Okay. Now, this is what they sound like when they bark. Yeah, sorry about that. I messed up a little bit. Right, this is what they sound like. Now, here comes my question to you. Have you heard when she's been live, or when Willis is at original Tube Town, or in that video, have you heard that type of bark? And apparently that dog is about 6 months old, so obviously the bark will be a little bit more forceful and yeah. That's the type of bark from a Great Pyrenees. Okay. So if you haven't heard any barking from that property, even a shock collar, like like a dog sometimes will bark even with a shock collar. But it depends at what level, because if that dog is not barking, right, then they're going to have an issue. Because a dog's bark is he's like having a communication. It's communication basically, right? And if you've got a dog, like anyone, like I've got one, I know people who've got one. Dogs will talk to you. Huskies will have full-blown conversations with you. Belgian Malinois will have conversations with you. They will clap their teeth. They will literally click their teeth, right? Depending how excited they are. They've got a lot of energy, by the way. And a Great Pyrenees is a dog that looks after cattle. It looks after your animals, your flock. Those things can take on bears and wolves. Right, let me just give you another example. One second. One second. This here is a... Oh, wait, one sec. This is the firm missile that I've got. And this is what he sounds like. Well, similar to what he barks like. Right, did you hear that clicking when he was barking? Right, he was barking, and what you're hearing in that clinking, they're the teeth going together, right? And they do sound fairly different. Sometimes they do sound a little bit different. But I can tell you one thing now, that just listen to the teeth. You hear that woof click, woof click, woof click, woof click. That there are the teeth coming together. Listen again. I'll try and turn it up as loud as I can. Right, did you just hear that sort of intermittent like click and then woof, click, woof, click? That's the bark, and then the mouth, then the actual mouth closing. So you just imagine when that fucker closes on you, right? If it's a trained dog. Just give an insight of what it's like of dog bark. So if you haven't heard any animal bark, right? If you haven't heard an animal bark, oh, let's do the Rhodesian. Let's do a Rhodesian, shall we? Let's see what a Rhodesian sounds like. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see what Let's see what a Rhodesian Ridgeback sounds like when it barks and pissed off. Because this is one of the other reasons why it's very interesting, because I haven't in all the time. That's what I've been paying attention to. Haven't seen any turtles. Haven't heard any barking. Right. So now you're going to hear a Rhodesian bark. 1 second. 1 second, please. Let's get the volume up. Yep. And here it comes. Stand by. Right. The small one isn't a Rhodesian. That one, the bigger one. Right. What you heard was a smaller dog, and the Rhodesian, right, is the deeper bark. So listen to it again. All right, listen to the bark again. 1 second. Small one. Big one. That's the big one. That skinny, the smaller dog is like, meh, meh, meh. The bigger one's like, boom, boom, boom. So, yeah. So I think that the RSPCA needs to go and fucking check on that dog. But that's my opinion. But at the end of the day, it's not my responsibility. But I just thought I'd point that one out because not a lot of people have actually mentioned anything of that yet. Right? So where's the dog? Why haven't we seen any picture of the dog? Why haven't we seen video? Why is the dog not saying a fucking thing, even squealing? Right? Even when it barks, it gets a little fucking jolt. Have they turned that fucking shock collar all the way up to the top? Or have they done something that we all are afraid of to say? Dobermans, they're quite good. Rottweilers, Dobermans, German Shepherds, Belgian Malinois, Labradors. What else are there? They're some of the good dogs. Staffordshire Pitbull Terrier. I mean, it's a lot of people, get these dogs and everyone blames the dogs. You can't blame the dogs. There are different versions of types of dogs that are trained and it's in their DNA to hunt. They are pack animals and some aren't, right? And a lot of these dogs work in packs. And the biggest issue is that these dogs naturally are hunters. They're predators. When humans humanize these dogs, right, it is the human who's responsible for the action of the dog. If they know your dog is dangerous or is capable of attacking livestock or something big, then that means they can attack or they can literally do harm to a human being. So you see all these dogs in kennels or in impounded, and it's not the dog's fault. It's how they are treated. If you want a dog, don't go and buy a puppy. Go to a compound or go to an impound and save an animal from the impound. Give that animal the ability to fix its life and get to love and be with someone. People have, not like fucking John Cook and Lynette where they get an animal. That's not a freaking service animal, right? A service animal at one point will go through intense training. That, if that animal's not there and they say, oh, the animal's gone for training, prove it. Because until that animal is a certified service dog or an emotional support animal, right, you can prove what school it's going to be trained, how big it is, whatever. I haven't heard a bark. And I definitely haven't seen any evidence of livestock from that freaking that property whatsoever. None whatsoever. So I'm looking forward to Google Earth when they do their next Google run, the next mapping of the area. I'm looking forward to that actually, because that's a public map, so anyone can look at that map and go, oh right, okay, that looks like a kennel. Oh, that doesn't look like a kennel. So if you're out there, right, and you want to get an animal, okay, don't go for the easy ones. I mean, I like many moons ago. I went with a very good friend of mine. He went to the kennel. He went to kennels, rescue kennels, and there was a dog in there, and it looked really fucking angry. And you're allowed to what they did. They allowed you to take the dog for a walk, right? So basically, that you would wear a certain type of clothing that would look like the employees of that place, and basically, so the dogs don't build a connection with you. And like there was this one dog, he looked really pissed off, but he reminded me of a war dog that I came across in Germany. And so I went, yeah, I'll take this. I'll take this one here. They just did what? I think all the animals are gone on their property. Gail, what do you mean? Oh, Google have done it? Right, okay, I'm going to check then. So I walk in and I've got the lead and the collar, and basically So when I walked in, he had his bed to the left, and there was like, you know, the area to the right, and he had his bowls just in front of his bed area. And he walked over, and like you could tell that he was very, very sort of like, don't fucking come near me. I will take your arm off. And I was like, okay. And then I said to the woman, I said, yeah, it's all right. You can close it. I can open it from in here. And I just sat down. And I sat there for about, half an hour, 45 minutes. And by that time, my mate had walked out. He's already gone. And then this lady came in, and she got, I think it was like a little terrier. And she walked out. And every time someone walked past, they were looking. And I didn't pay attention to them. I didn't give a shit. It was I wanted him to realize that he was safe. So I waited a little bit, and then he stood up, and I went, oh, here we go. And he stepped over my legs, because I'm a tall fucker. And then he walked up to the door, sniffed around, he started sniffing around. Then he came, and then he walked up to me, then sniffed around my sort of waist area. Then he went down to my feet, and then he came, and then he stepped over my legs, and then walked up again. And then he came right next to my face. Now, this is where you need to be careful with dogs. Right? If a dog doesn't know you and you don't know that dog, you need to be very careful to try to keep a dog away from your face. But at that time, I thought, fuck it. You know, if he wanted to really do any damage, he would have done it by now. So I just turned around, and I looked at him, and he looked at me, and then he bowed his head down, and then he sort of looked up, and then he started licking my face, and that I knew straight away. He was like, yep. And then we waited about 10 minutes. We played around a little bit, a couple of hugs, a little bit, you know, giving a couple of hugs and all that stuff. And I went, do you want to go for a walk? And he was like, ooh, you want to go for a walk? And I could see his tail started moving. And do you want to go for a walk? And then his tail sort of popped up. I put the collar on him, opened the door, and I went, come on, let's go for a walk. And then we walked out, went for a walk. I was out for nearly 2.5 hours with him. They actually phoned me up twice, said, well, are you coming back? And I went, yeah, but I'm coming back when he's ready. And we were walking around, you know, chilled out. I had a couple of smokes and that, you know, fucking on the way back, you know, even stopped off and got myself a Dr. Pepper and that. And then I noticed there was a lot of like a little store, and sometimes they do sell little doggy treats and that. So I got a bag of doggy treats and that. Walked back out, and he's still there, sitting there, waiting for me. And then we carried on walking. I say we were about 2 miles away from where I had to take him. And on the way there, it was really weird. He would always be at heel. The lead was always loose. He would not, you know, pull ahead, or he wouldn't sort of drag. He was always next to me. And then when I walked in, the woman behind the counter turned around to me and said, you know, that poor thing has been here for quite a while, and it's the first time I've seen him happy. And luckily, someone else must have noticed him, and he got adopted, I think about a month, 5 weeks later. And he was adopted into a big family with a lot of land and that. And, you know, that was the last time I saw him. Oh, poor sad. Made me sad that a bit. But there you go. Dogs, all right, are like human beings. Sometimes you need to fucking take the time. That dog that they got it as a puppy. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. And that dog's going to turn into a tank. That dog is going to be huge. And if John Cook thinks that he's going to be able to fucking manhandle that dog, yeah. And we all know how he deals with shit like that. Just saying. So, actual fact, while I'm at it, right, let's have a look. Fucking hell, I put Otter Creek in, and I get John Cook, Lynette Preston, property deeds, Otter Creek golf course, labs, Otter Creek Saga, professional malpractice. Jeez fucking Christ. All right, let's have a look. So Google has updated itself, yes? No, that's not Otter Creek, Florida. Oh, there we go. Right, so there's so I'm going to look at it myself. Thank you very much. Right, there's the school property on there. Okay. All right, that's new. All right, there's the town hall. No, that's a Christian school. Sorry, my bad. That's the Baptist church there. My bad. My apologies. They've even got a fucking little. That's a basketball school. All right, okay, that's cool. So they had lots of money to put that in there. Okay. Right. So now we've got the RV place down here. So we got the RV. Oh, what the hell's he building there? That's fucking mahoosive. Anyway, right. So we got the trade. What was that? Herschel's Quick Stop. Okay, that's where they parked up last time. And then we got. Oh, that is funny as fuck. That is funny as fuck. That has to be. Don't tell me that's just Trevor's fucking wagon. No, it's not. Okay, we'll take that back. Right. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back one step. Let's go back one step. Sorry, guys. I'm just checking something. Right. Okay. Oh my God. Oh, you must be fucking kidding me. That is not fucking healthy at all. Oh. Right, let me just check something here for a second. When was this taken? February 2026. One sec. I just want to check something. After what I mentioned. Right, there's the camera. That's facing that way. And they can't complain because now there's power. That's new. There's a power going over to there. Right, so there's that camera facing that way, facing the same fucking direction. I knew it. I fucking knew it. Right, I need to take screenshots of this, guys, and I'll show you. All right, because I'm not going to put this out because it's got addresses and all that shit on it. So I'm going to show you. All right, so just bear with me a sec while I do this. 1 second, please. That is fucking unbelievable. Right, so okay, so I need to take a screenshot of there. There. Right, and I need to redact that. I'm going to redact that. I'm going to redact that. That one there. I'm going to redact that one. Redact it. There you go. Good man. I'm going to redact that. But then I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to highlight that. Really like that. I'm going to highlight that. There. And then I'm going to highlight that. There. And I'm going to highlight that. There. Right. Any identifier marks on? Nope. That's there. That'll be number 1. That'll be 1. Okay. Now, I rest my fucking case. All right. And the reason I rest my case is because 1, all right, who says, so you got your camera facing that way. That's camera 1. That's cam 1. That's cam 1. And then we go down to here, down the fence. There, is that another camera? No, it's not. We go down here. And this, right, we need to, okay, so I need to, right, take a screenshot of that. Oh, no, wrong one. Sorry, my bad. No, close that. We take a screenshot of that. We're going to just take that bit there and do that bit. That, again, faces that way. That's going to be cam 2. Cam 2. And then we turn around. Oh my fucking God, that fence is fucked. That gate is fucked. They used the wrong freaking hinges for it. And putting that metal on top of it's put weight on it. Oh yeah, yep. Oh my God, you guys, you need to fix that fence. You need to fucking treat it. Because the bottom's already fucking falling apart. Right, so we go down here. And we can already see the difference between that fence was got nothing on it. And that fence over there, that's got on it. That's, oh shit, come back. Right, so, and there we have the third camera. And that will be pointing, if that's going like that, that'll be pointing directly to the memorial area. Oh dear. So now, we have now today, fresh, live on here. Right, live on here. Okay, we are proving. Oh, no, wait, not done yet. This camera is facing that way. So that means if it's a, right, that looks like a ring. No, it doesn't. It looks like a Hive camera. External. So that means that'll be a medium lens. So yeah, that'll pick up the road and everything else. Right, okay. Right, so that'll be cam 3. Cam 3. Right, okay. So, here comes my question. Who's stalking who? Who the fuck is stalking who? Unfucking believable. Unbelievable. However, I'm going to show. Right, okay. So I'm going to go that one there. We're going to go that one there. We're going to go that one there. We're going to go that one there. Go on, fucking move. Go like that. Go like that. Go like that. Pow. Right, okay. Pow. And this is a public available website called Google's Map. And fuck me for a game of soldiers. You couldn't make this shit up. Right, okay. Can you remember many, many moons ago in a far, far galaxy, far, far away, I mentioned about the cameras facing one direction. And I also mentioned, and this is from February the 26th. So February the 26th, I mentioned the cameras, all right, which was recently. Okay. Now, this, okay, is the property in February 2026. This is what it looked like. All right. You've got area 1, area 2, and then you've got the main living area. Now, if you look in the living area, okay, do you see any environments for turtles or anything? I mean, that actually looks like a scene from fucking Do you know what? That looks like a scene from a satellite image or a drone image from some sort of sci-fi film. Okay, because if you look here, they've richly built a fucking barrier here. They richly built a barrier, a second barrier right here. All right, if you look, yeah, they built another barrier, so it's enclosed. So the vehicle, the car, is here. All right, there's no. I mean, you got shed. I think that there is where they shower. Yeah, so you got that. You got shed there. You got shed there. You got shed there. All right, and I think there was one somewhere here, but that's beside. There's the bun pit. This is where they had the tent and the Christmas decoration, the Christmas party, because here is where they put. This is where the vehicle was right here. All right, where they had the fireworks. All right, okay. So you had the decorations here. The decorations were like here and here. All right, so there's that. Then cameras. There's the first one on the far end, facing the direction towards the memorial. These are just taken right now, right, from the memorial. Yeah, same direction. Here's the camera at the gate entrance, still facing that direction. And we've seen footage on multiple screenshots, and even the crampons have used footage from these cameras. They've used footage from that camera and from that camera. But here is the last camera, which is facing towards the memorial. Why are all three cameras facing the memorial? And I've just done this from Google Map. This is not fucking, the only thing I put on there, right? That camera is facing, you can see it is facing that way, because look at the body here, right? It's not, they can't say, oh, it's facing the other direction. No, that there is the body of the camera. That shadow is the body of the camera. That is facing directly to the memorial site. So again, that camera we can already see, and that camera again, right? You can tell the shadow is facing towards us. It is in front of the camera, i.e. like the camera's there. So that means the shadow's going from there downwards, right? Because if it was facing that way, the shadow, right, would definitely be in a different direction, right? It would be a little bit higher, or probably might be up here somewhere. You wouldn't see as much this. This is facing this way. The black is the lens. This is fucking stupid. And look at this. Look at the fence. This fence is not going to last long. If they don't fucking work on it, it's not going to last long. And then they put the metal on top of the fence. Again, that's going to be top heavy. So there you go. What an absolute fucking shitstorm. That is unfucking believable that and all those cameras are facing, right? Like the last camera that's right at the back, the closest one to the memorial is facing down towards the memorial. That should be facing the other direction. That should be facing down the fence towards the center, right? And technically, it should only be showing the green, the fence, and that's it. And a little bit down as well. So basically, the whole thing, each camera, one facing that one facing that way, they overlap each other. So that means there's no blind spot. Those three cameras, if you set them up right, there wouldn't be anywhere in front of that fence you could be without being seen. So my question is this: why don't they have cameras on the sides, facing inwards? Because I mean, technically, if we look at right, my argument is this: why don't they have cameras facing this way? So you got a camera there facing that way. Why don't they have cameras at the end, or each end, facing this way, down that direction, and that direction? So, but that's not my business. At the end of the day, they say that they're being harassed and stalked by Jeremy Hells. Well, in fact, I think it's the other way around, because those cameras are all facing down the same direction. Why would you do that? Why would you face all cameras down the same one? I can understand the first one. Right. Okay. Let's go back here. Let's go back. Right. This one, I could understand facing that direction. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because that's showing down the fence. But this one, again, absolutely. Right. Because it's showing the entrance. But is it? It shows the partial entrance. That one should be facing towards the fence, right? It should be facing towards the gate, right? But that is set, so it looks, well, we've seen the screen, we've seen the pictures, right? And then this one here, instead of facing towards the memorial, it should be facing the opposite direction. It should be facing back down towards the center, the gate, right? But it's not. It's facing towards the memorial. So who's fucking watching who? Simple answer. Simple answer. And yep, and have a guess who you think is watching those cameras. Who do you think is, like, they say, oh, I don't have access to those. I don't have access to this. But can you remember the old video she showed where it said log in, but she wasn't logged in, but she still showed the video? Those comes out, yeah. I mean, I would say medium to wide view. I mean, they wouldn't have fisheye view, but they're definitely they're medium to wide view. So even if you put a camera on the edge of where your gate is, you would probably pick up all the way to the left-hand gate, but then that would be it. However, right, if you want a camera to cover your gate, right, you then need to turn it in slightly. Right, that camera there would cover the whole gate area entrance just by moving it slightly right. The one that's facing the memorial, right, that should be facing back down towards the middle. So we have now factual proof that they are the ones watching Jeremy. They are the ones stalking Jeremy. So basically, anytime Jeremy or anyone in a vehicle drives past their property, they I bet you any money they've got like a little book where they write in type of vehicle, registration, right, and God knows what. So here's my question, right? Every single neighbor who lives on that street who drives past that property, right, technically could ask them to turn those cameras inwards or turn it around, because that's technically, in a way, it's invasion of privacy, because you are basically watching people's timelines when they're coming home, when they're leaving, you know, where they're going, what direction they're going, everything else. That is a type of invasion of privacy, because you can actually make a timeline. So if anything happens in any of those houses down the road towards the entrance to Jeremy's property, have a guess who's going to be liable to legally to hand over the footage of those cameras. And if you say, from what I've heard, and this is a speculation, I heard that those cameras no longer work. Interesting. That is very, very interesting. And here's another thing. They could have bought a Ring doorbell and put it in the far right corner, right? And basically put Ring here, bell. A Ring camera, okay, would have captured the whole thing. And you can also set in the dead zones. So it will only, excuse me, it will only film. So if you got the Ring camera at the right, if you got the Ring camera on the inside, right? Okay, let me show you. Just to give you an idea, if you place a Ring camera here, right here, all right, and you can get back-ins where you can actually have it at an angle, right? That camera alone will cover the whole entrance, and you can even set it up where it will only cover someone walking past this threshold here. As soon as they walk past this threshold from one fence wall to the other, it will react. Or it will only react if someone comes into this area here, right? So if you think about it, if anyone walks into this area here, where this where the gate is, if anyone walks into this area here, that Ring camera will cover it. So what they're doing, yeah, there's no ifs or buts about it. They're watching him. They're watching him. All right, Amo, go. You take care, my darling. You have a fantastic day. All right, lots of love, big hugs. But I'm not staying on long. I've been 2.5 hours. Anyway, so guys, I hope that you enjoyed today. And basically we're going to come to the Q&A now. So if you got any questions, just feel free to ask, and you're welcome to. So if you got any questions, please ask them now, and I'll just wait. I shall wait. Yes. Let me turn that off. There you go. I am here. Pointing at you. Yeah. Them cams also have night view. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Here's the best thing, though. Why have you got a camera facing to the? I personally think someone should let fucking Jeremy or should let them know about that camera, because the neighbors should know that their properties are being surveillanced. I mean, that's not covert surveillance, that's overt surveillance. Security cameras shouldn't be facing towards anywhere except your own property. And then when you got Biscuit Boy going, oh, they've got all these cameras on there. Well, we've already know that they've got a trail camera on their property on Tubetown. We saw that over a year ago. That's not hidden, right? You're the one who's turning it into paranoia, and so therefore, right? This just is more evidence to prove that what they're doing. So, accusing Jeremy Hales of stalking and harassing you, that's bullshit. He has every right to drive up and down that road as many times as he wants, right? So has everyone else. And he has also a right to not be fucking watched every time he drives up and down that road. That, they are not police officers. There is not a speed camera there. They don't have the right to dictate what people can do on that road. That is a public road. Yeah, if she hasn't put, I don't know. Is it 200? Bloody hell, that's a lot. That's a lot. Well, Lynn, let me play devil's advocate. Let me just play devil's advocate. Combined, they both get over $3,000 a month. They've got all these cell phones, mobile phones, and internets and everything else. I think those cameras are functional. I don't think $200, is a problem for them. I mean, let's put it this way: if they're selling stuff in the flea market, I don't think they're that stupid. They just act stupid. I don't think they're not clever, that's for sure, but I don't think they're stupid. So if it's not them paying it, it could be someone else paying for it. It could be the fleas. Who knows? You don't know until someone decides to investigate these fuckers. So, but anyway, let me see if there's any questions. And David Fox, I hope I said hello to you. If I didn't, I do apologize, mate. Yeah. So 1 second, I need to do something here. I need to do something. Wait a minute, where is it? Not that one. No, not that one. Fucking hell, I know what I'm doing. It's that one there. See, even I make mistakes. Right, who am I redirecting to? Yeah, there you go. Right, done. But if the fleas are paying for them, then yes, yeah. Well, it wouldn't surprise me, to be honest with you. But guys, I do appreciate you being here. I do appreciate you all, saying hi and being part of today's stream. I hope you enjoyed it. But on that note, I do apologize for sort of lacking on my schedule. I'm going to try and get back into it. But like I said, there's, a couple of other stuff cropped up. But however, tomorrow I hope to do a gaming stream. 1 second. Tomorrow gaming stream is going to be a good one. And hopefully... 1 second. So I will put a post up to let you know when the game's going to kick off, and then come and hang out and talk to us and have a couple of giggles and laughs. So a big shout out to DJ Rats for popping in, Squid Pro Call for popping in, Mr. Coop has also popped in, and a big shout out to all of them, and thanks very much, and a big shout out for JK Films for being a lifesaver yet again. Right, Can't the guy is fantastic. So I appreciate you guys being here, and I really do thank you from the bottom of my arm. And I'm going to send you to have a guess who? Just Jay. So hang in there, and I'll see you over there in a moment. So on that note, yeet.
They go live every night selling drama on demand with crampons sitting on their ass and dicky on hand. Fake tears falling, oh I'm just speaking truth, while they pocket super chats and exploit the loons. Gator rolls in trying to act real cool, but he's stirring up heat, breaking all the rules.